say, do you wanna dance?
Hi.
Hi guys, how are you?
Awesome. We're okay. How are you, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat.
Oh, thank you actually for the opportunity.
So, has it been a busy day?
Yes, it's always a busy day.
It's a busy life, man. It's a busy life.
Busy is good. Busy is good. I would love if you could start by talking me through the journey that led to you being selected for Malta's Eurovision act.
Yeah,
So where should we start from?
So let's keep it brief, short but sweet.
Summer 2021.
Basically, let's start introducing. So this is Jean Paul. He's the drummer. I'm Dave Jr. I'm the vocalist, and this is Sean. He's the saxophone player. As a band, we've been together for the past 3 years. The name of the Busker has been around for the 10 years in Malta.
JP was the founder.
JP was the founder with his friend. Then, not me.
You're right.
I'm not a friend. So basically, the concept started with a very kind of bluesy folk sound. But as JP always mentioned, is that the band always had aspirations and ambitions to grow and grow beyond that. And as people, we are very much, we give ode to the fact that as growing up, things changed and there's always progress involved. And then there's always evolving from one phase to the other, which brought us to actually decide to go for Eurovision, which is in Malta, the biggest platform that you can have your music delivered on. At first, we were thinking of partaking in Malta Eurovision Song Contest in 2022, but we didn't manage to get our song in time.
Yeah.
Then we were planning on having it for 2023. We thought that the deadline would be later on the year, and we were surprised that it was earlier than we thought. So we really worked for it this time. We really didn't want to miss this boat. And that's where our song Dance came about. The decision actually is that we wanted to find new avenues, how we can reach new audiences. At first, we're thinking locally and internationally, in the sense that we know that a lot of people log in from all over Europe and sometimes even all over the world, even in the selective process, not just once the selection has happened. So our aspirations was that to have at least slight international recognition during the selection, as a means of us having a new platform where we can share our original music.
And it's worked out very well. It couldn't have gone any better.
Yeah, basically.
So obviously Malta in recent years, the national selection has really kind of, as you say, it's built up a big following internationally and in Malta. Is it an enjoyable process or is it quite stressful?
Mesk?
Yes, yeah.
As in, go ahead, Jen.
So you're asking if it was a stressful experience or not?
Yeah.
So actually, that's a very good question.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on the artist. We come from a different background. Growing up, I think all of us were more exposed, to live gigs. Like you go into a bar, you listen to a band. You go to festivals and you listen to bands. So we didn't know the way that was involved in these competition shows, apart from David, who had the experience, who I think we'll discuss later on. So for me personally, I didn't know the way that goes into to actually perform on stage, because obviously it's not only about the song and Eurovision. Then you need to think about how you're going to present yourself on stage. You need to think about the staging, about the attire, if you're going to have a choreography. So there are a lot of steps that I personally at first took for granted. But then along the way, I started to learn, okay, yes, this is important. Okay, now we need to focus on this. and suddenly music becomes one of the many things that
It becomes secondary in a way.
it becomes secondary.
Definitely.
And
becomes
that's
second.
something that I'm not used to personally, because for me, music is always first. We need to perform, we need to practice, we need to rehearse. But it was always about the music. Now it's about a lot of things. So I think that was distressful for me. It was like that culture shock that we're going from a band that we are performing on stages, like local festivals or touring abroad or gigging in bars, to actually now participating in a competition with other artists. And we have to present ourselves sort of as an act, but not only musically, but as a whole package.
Yeah. The good thing which was about this, I want to mention is, Jean mentioned that I previously was in another Eurovision selection in Malta, which was X Factor season 2.
Okay.
The difference between that experience and this experience was that this time I was sharing the load, and it was very, it eased the stress for sure. So doing it with two friends and best friends to the point where you're constantly together, I think eased the stress so much that by the end of it, we're just enjoying every step of the way in a good way. So the stress was always good stress, the type that gets you excited, not demotivated.
A continuation of what Dave was saying is perfectly said, as in what I experienced was I felt stressed before I got to the place where we had to be, like we were doing it at MFCC. I was very stressed when I was at home thinking about what was going to be done. But then when I get there, I meet the guys, we have a chat, we talk to Steve, our creative director, we had continued the discussions. At that point, it's no longer nerves, it's more excitement for what's going to come. So spot on.
Yeah. And I guess, like you say, you're all friends. Just being up there together, looking around and seeing each other must be a nice feeling to think, okay, I'm not alone. Like, we've got this.
Most of my performances in life have come with the band, as in predating David, but as in something that maybe he didn't experience when he was in a solo act, was that when you look into your sides, they're the guys who were struggling with you. So you can find solace in that when things hit the fan, so to speak. You always have the other people to discuss with and deal with the problems with and share the load with, Even in personal life, when you have a bad day, you can come to the studio and you can chat about your problems rather than work on the 20 songs we have to finish. So it's all good.
So let's talk a little bit about the writing process behind Dance. Was that quite a quick song to write, or did it take a while? Was it always destined to be your entry, or were there other songs? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so as we mentioned, our conversation started first in 2021, if we should submit a song to Malta Eurovision Song Contest. We didn't make it to that year because we didn't have a song. And every time we mentioned the possibility of us submitting a song, it was always at the detriment of having the song. So if we don't have a song that we're confident about, we're sure that we'll wait another year. It wasn't just about participating for us, it was about representation, because for sure, whatever we put into the contest and what we submit will be immortalized, and we wanted to make sure that that photo finish is something that we're all proud of. The writing of it, every time we got excited about the thought of submitting a song, we all got a bit of inspiration, and we always try to picture what type of song we want to put forward. Dance is a product of something that I started, but it wasn't the only song in consideration. We had around, I think, 7 or 8 demos, that we sat down with our co-producer to filter out to see which one has the most potential. This song "Dance" is a product of a separation of 2 songs, actually. So it started off with an acoustic song called "Unlovable." Started out with a guitar and vocal melody, all right, and lyrics. Then I to present to the band as a possible Eurovision submission, I started working on the production of it, adding a bit of drums, adding bass, and adding a bit of saxophone, which is very MIDI production based. But then I realized that there was a clash between the theme of Unlovable and the instrumentation of the song. From then on, I just felt to once again take away the lyrics, take away the melody, and focus on the production that I have as a product and the lyrics and melody of that, what had happened as another product. So I presented two with that idea. So then dance obviously was a bit of a showstopper for us. As soon as we played it with our co-producer, it sounded like it can be something that we propose. So we dropped everything and started focusing on it. At the sidelines, we were thinking of submitting a ballad as well. So to show the
Very
two
different.
spectrums, to show the two spectrums of what the band can do. But at a point then we reread the rules and there was the possibility that even if you submit two songs, only one can go through.
Okay.
So we opted to keep on with dance because for sure it's a kind of showstopper in the sense that it can be mostly adapted to stage.
And they want to keep the saxophonist happy as well.
Yeah, and we wanted the saxophone to be happy.
And you know what? You should be very happy.
Speed, thank you.
The lyrics themselves actually is a representation of who we are. So that's what we wanted to create. The song itself has a dancey, groovy feel. And it was a shame for us not to pay respect to what the feeling of the song is giving us. The only issue is that we're not dancers and we're not club goers, and that was very hard to translate in the song. So when we were thinking of lyrics, it was feeling like it's not being authentic enough. If we try to be, hey, let's go dancing, we are very good at dancing, we are confident, look at our moves, So
instead with hey.
that theme wasn't working with us. So we made it a bit more authentic by going the other direction, saying that, yeah, we're not good at this, we're not good at the club. Let's take ourselves out from there and actually go to somewhere where we're more comfortable, calm our social anxiety and be a bit more of ourselves. So yeah.
Tongue in cheek, it's good fun, and I think you managed to craft the party vibe on the stage at your MESC performance. Is that something that you're going to try and replicate at the actual contest? I know you can't talk really about the staging, otherwise we'll all get in trouble.
That's our blueprint. Go ahead, Dave. Talk about the blueprint, guys.
Basically, we a lot of elements that we saw worked well for Malta's selection, we do plan on bringing forward. It's not a matter of with those parts, that part. I think it's a matter of feeling. So the feeling that came off on stage is the storytelling aspect of it. I think we managed to create something which is very a comfort zone for us. So we're used to music videos, we're used to telling our story through visuals and not an actual performance on stage. So we wanted to pay respect to where we're coming from. We're expecting to do the same in Liverpool by delivering the story as much as possible of the songs.
The blueprint. There you go.
Yeah, you just hand that to the creative director and off you go.
Yeah. Be careful.
He's right there.
He's in the room.
He can hear you, man. I think let me check if he's smiling. Yes, still smiling.
My Wi-Fi is going. So obviously it's just been announced tonight that you are second in the running order. Happy with that?
How do you define what's good and what's bad when it comes to
I know.
It's very difficult to tell. For sure, the first semi-final, I think it's a very strong semi-final. All of us, I think our favorites are in the first semi-final. And even I think performing after a great track like Norway's, I think it's an honor sort of like we're a continuation of.
We're sandwiched
so-
between two fantastic songs,
Yes,
so
yes,
it's,
yeah.
it's gonna be fun.
We're just hoping that our strategically, though I think nothing can have been in favor or against us. You know, as Jean mentioned, the semifinals night one has a lot of favorites. You know, fan favorites. At that point, given that we were in the first half, I think it was just a matter of, I mean, a few places. You know, hopefully, since the show would have been just have started, there will be enough people tuning in without needing to go to the loop.
I think it's quite a good position to be in as well, because obviously Alessandra from Norway and yourselves will really set the atmosphere and really get the show off to like a lively, exciting start. So it's a good position. I think I think you should be happy.
Thank you.
Trust you.
Fingers
We
crossed,
trust
my
you,
friend.
man.
Fingers crossed.
So obviously we've spoken a little bit about the staging. What about kind of outfit wise? Are we going sweaters? Are we going kind of party clothes?
I'm gonna pull out the blueprint again. There we go.
There it is.
Carry on, right?
There's the book of secrets.
Book of Secrets next to the blueprint right there.
I think
We always had a vision for the song.
Yeah.
So I think we, even after we won, we had the option to change the song, something else, or else we keep the song. But again, we believed in the inception, the ideas, the way how we presented. We believed in all of that, and as Sean said, it's the blueprint of the whole package that we are representing. So even though there might be some secrets or
some changes.
some
I
changes.
think 2 points really. One, we were very happy with what went on in Mesk. And two, the Maltese public was very happy with what went on in Mesk. So, and three, the Public Broadcasting Authority in Malta was very happy with what went on in Mesk. So, in reality, to properly represent our country, our interests, and the broadcasting services interests, everything has to stay as close to the blueprint as possible. Now, what we will add on top as a cherry or a sparkle on top of the cake, you know, that's up to the secret book of secrets.
Even
the
bonuses.
Short answer is you'll find out in May.
I've heard that a lot in recent interviews, but we need to ask. We need to ask these things.
No, of course,
That's
of
great.
course.
We love the question anyway.
It's
Hopefully
a-
maybe on-
So, are we planning to do any pre-parties? I know this is probably the book of secrets. Are we hoping to kind of make some
we'll-
appearances?
We're definitely planning on some pre-parties. We have 4 or 5.
Ooh.
name
Yeah.
them and we'll see.
Now we have. We're definitely gonna visit Tel Aviv, yeah,
Yep.
Yes.
Warsaw,
Yep.
Amsterdam,
Yep.
and Madrid,
Yep.
and London.
Boom. Five.
Hey, I was hoping London would come up.
See you there.
No, of course.
We
of
kept the
course.
best for last.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's kind of think now about Malta. I really love Malta. I've been a few times. Valletta, as I said, St. Julian's Bay, really nice place. Where would you guys recommend for people that haven't visited Malta? Where's a place to go?
Places to go. Okay.
I have one place for me personally. That's Slima. That's Exiles in Slima. There's like a place called the Shack. You just chill there, you know, and you just
Okay.
have a drink. You enjoy the view. You chat with really nice, relaxed people. Live music probably will be playing there sometimes as well. And it's just fantastic. You know, it's a nice, chill environment where everyone can just be themselves.
Nice.
Malta, I think the biggest attraction is definitely the sea and the seaside. That definitely does it for a lot of people. But personally, I'm more adhered to the fact that Malta has such a big history. So there's a lot of historical aspects to it, which if one delves into it, they're just endless, you know. Personally, where I come from, a place from Mosta, we in our church there was what's the word?
A bomb that didn't detonate, basically.
A bomb that didn't detonate and still up there on display for anyone who wants to go and visit it. You know,
Displaying a miracle.
display during World War II. I think it was close to 9th April, which happened 1942, where it fell just in the middle of of a mass and procession going on, and it didn't blow off. So everyone was claiming that was obviously America at that point. I mean, again, the history is endless.
Yes,
I
cool.
also our sister island, Gozo. It's a very, very quiet place. Lots of great movies as well were filmed in Gozo. So yeah, it's lots of countryside. There are beaches as well. So yes, I would definitely recommend
Friendly
Gozo.
locals as well. I love the locals in Gozo. They're really
Yes,
sweet,
and good food.
especially pizza.
Yes, I had an amazing pizza in Gozo. Yeah.
That's my
Yes.
guy. We both know the place. We'll mention it.
You know, I just want you to win so I can come back.
You can come anytime, man.
Yeah, you can vote for us to make that happen, actually.
And you and your
Yeah.
friends,
You and your friends and family and colleagues. And,
everybody.
neighborhood, childhood.
We'll
Yeah.
rile up the support.
Kindergarten bros, whatever you want to call it.
So have you been to the UK before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many times.
Malta and UK have a very good relationship and very good history.
Yeah, health systems based there, education systems based on the English system.
I love visiting the UK for music.
Yeah.
I love to go to concerts, and especially in London. So I'll go there quite often. Yes.
So I think the band went up 4 times.
And yes, as a band,
4 or 5.
we performed in London, Liverpool, Manchester,
Bristol, Leeds.
Leeds, and Stockport. Yes.
Nice.
Stockport.
Have you made it to Scotland yet?
Sorry.
Not
Have you-
yet, but if you want, we can have a chat about nice places where we can play later on. What do you think about that?
Absolutely, yeah. We'll get you to Edinburgh and Glasgow. Fantastic.
Scotland 4.
So I would love to finish with, I've got 2 options. I'm going to let you guys choose with what you'd like. So we can do a quick fire getting to know the Busker round, or we can do Liverpool slang.
Fire.
Quickfire.
It's interesting. Put us in
Let's
trouble.
go quick fire. Okay.
Now you're getting jammed.
Oh,
You
am I
good?
back?
Yes.
You're back. Ish.
Okay, good. The Wi-Fi in the UK is not good, clearly.
Okay.
Favorite movie?
Toy
Top
Story.
Gun. Sorry,
Um,
Top Gun, Toy Story,
Let me think.
No pressure, brother.
Joker.
Joker.
Okay. The last song you listened to?
Dance our own party.
That's our part, yeah.
Come on, man, lie.
I don't lie. I never check songs.
Queen of the Kings.
It's also a good one, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, it's you too.
Oh, nice.
Called Stay, the song.
Okay. Then dance your own party.
And that's our party.
Right
Um,
after.
Yeah. Your all-time favorite singer?
John Mayer.
John Mayer, thank you. Singer, that's why.
Singer. Oh, this is so difficult. Dave Jr. from Busker. David Bowie.
Ooh, close.
Yeah. That's the best answer. Banger or ballad?
Banger.
Ballad.
You're stuck in the middle.
So at the moment, I'll say banger at the moment.
You can see the band's bipolarity and where it sways. You know, there's JP
Yeah.
right in the middle, there's one apex, and there's the other. You know?
It's a good mix.
That's what it's all about.
Okay, we're going to get dark now. What is your biggest fear?
Actually, funnily enough, the darkness was the biggest fear of mine for a very, very long time. I think it wasn't until I moved in with my fiance that faded away, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, darkness.
Can I say people?
No, I think this is going to be dark, okay? Moment before I die and not feeling like I got to do or paid respect to myself enough to believe in myself.
Nice.
Wow.
That was deep.
That's what I was saying.
Deep.
Yeah.
Wow.
And favorite animal?
That's really difficult. I have a French bulldog at home, so I have to say French bulldog just in case he watches this with me. So, yeah, French bulldog.
A capybara.
Right.
A capybara.
What's that?
They're just the zen animal of the forest.
I call those slots.
Capricorn.
Cool. Okay.
Penguins.
Penguins. If you could visit any period in music history, so like, is it the 70s disco world? Is it the 80s kind of like synth pop, 90s rock? I don't know. Where would you go?
60s.
I'm stuck
60s.
between two eras, as in there's the 50s, 60s jazz scene, which was pumping, and then there's the 70s, 80s funk synth era, which I like as well. So yeah, I just got a band that does everything.
70s.
70s, nice. Studio 54 in the 70s would be pretty cool. Your worst habit?
Being late.
Panicking.
I think that I share that habit, to be honest. It depends on the situation. I think smoking is my worst habit though. That's probably smoking, yeah.
Final question. Who is playing you in the Busker movie?
Actually, yeah.
We did that. We did that. It's on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let's whip out.
Let's whip out the phone, guys.
Yeah.
Let's show it to you.
I just can't remember John's.
Yeah, because I didn't know the guy.
So basically, we did this segment on our socials just after we were chosen to represent Malta.
So let's
and-
do a quick reveal, yeah?
Yeah. So, do you want a quick reveal?
What do you want to start with?
Yeah, for sure, John. Start, John.
Okay, Jean.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Timothy.
And that is Timothy. Darn it. Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah,
Chalamet, yeah. Okay.
Then there's Sean.
Then there's me. This one's obvious in my opinion. Seth Rogen.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Bring the comedy.
He's so cool, man.
Now it's mine.
Oh, Zane. Nice. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'd pay to see that. Yeah.
We were
Thanks.
prepared for this question.
I know. I thought it was
Doesn't
really
help at all.
original. Clearly not. Guys, honestly, it's been so much fun chatting to you all, and yeah, you know, it's a real fun song, and I really think it's going to impress a lot of people, and a lot of people will have a lot of fun with it. And you know, it's been a delight.
Likewise.
Do we get to see you in Liverpool, Andrew?
Yes, I'll be in London definitely at the pre-party. Liverpool, yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Okay, so let's
Yeah,
do it.
so
for
3, 2,
2,
1. See you there.
Love it. Right, Sean, David, and JP, thank you so much. Good luck,
Oh, thank you,
and
man.
we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot
you,
for
bro.
this.
Wait, what you say? Do you wanna dance?